Well, a very good evening and a warm welcome to Newsline. 60 minutes of real time, credible, accurate, balanced, authentic, and compelling news. Today is 9th June 2024, and I'm Anthony Van Wedek anchoring. The big stories we're following tonight: House of Representatives cites internal affairs and National Elections Commission officials over lack of chieftaincy elections.
Across the country, there have been no chieftaincy election held, and I feel that it is a constitutional violation against Article 56B.
Bogus universities and colleges risk shutdown by the National Commission on Higher Education.
Weeding out bogus or fake and substandard institutions from the higher education sector.
Disaster Management Agency launches $10 million appeal to address disaster emergencies. And away from home, United Nations accuses two armies of backing DR Congo's M23 rebel group. Also coming up a little later will be our news in French, the news in simple Liberian English, sports, the weather report, and a lot more. To begin with, here is Hassan Kew with the news bulletin.
Good evening, everyone. The House of Representatives has raised concerns over the lack of chieftaincy elections for paramount clan and town chiefs since 1999. Plenary said this is a violation of the Constitution, particularly Article 56B, that mandates such election after every 6 years. Nima County District Number 3 Representative Nick Gay is seeking inquiry with the appearance of the Internal Affairs Minister Francis Nyimale and the National Elections Commission.
Since former President Taylor regime, when the last chieftaincy elections were held across the country, there have been no chieftaincy election held, and I feel that it is a constitutional violation against Article 56B.
Representative Gay said the appearance of the Internal Affairs Minister and the NEC will clear doubts and gave reasons why these local elections haven't been held for over 2 decades. The Nima County lawmaker said if the local elections cannot be held, there should be a referendum to amend Article 56B of the Constitution. Meanwhile, Internal Affairs Minister Francis Nyimale is expected to appear before plenary next Tuesday. Grand Bassa County District Number 4 Representative Alfred Flomo has hailed President Jose Nyima Boakai for the recent display of the first batch of the 285 yellow machines in the country. Representative Flomo said the machines will greatly help government accelerate its road development program and connect the county capitals. He said the latest move by government to bring in the earth-moving equipment should be welcomed and celebrated by all.
Since former President Taylor regime, when the last chieftaincy elections were held across the country, there have been no chieftaincy election held, and I feel that it is a constitutional violation against Article 50.
I'm afraid that's a wrong cut. The Grand Bassa County lawmaker urged Liberians not to politicize issues surrounding the machines, as President Boakai has always promised to lead an open government. Representative Flomo believes issues surrounding the machines and its source will be disclosed to the public in the bid to promote transparency and accountability. The National Disaster Management Agency has launched an appeal for $10 million United States dollars to provide emergency aid to disaster victims across the country. The NDMA Executive Director Ansu Dollar, in a statement, said the money will provide life-saving food and non-food assistance to address the emergency needs of disaster victims. The appeal comes after the agency documented 48,000 flood victims to be in need of emergency aid. It said 40 communities across Monserrado, Margibi, and Grand Bassa counties were hit by unprecedented floods, most recently on June 28. The NDMA is estimating that 100,000 people are at risk of flooding, windstorms, and coastal erosion, with incidences of waterborne diseases also expected to rise. The Director General of the National Higher Education Secretariat, Dr. Edo Vonkaye, has disclosed plans by the Commission to shut down fake and bogus higher institutions across the country. Dr. Wonkaya said this is necessary to promote quality assurance, standards, and best practices in the higher education sector. He told the MICAT Tuesday's press briefing the Commission has developed a strategic plan to ensure the effective management of the sector against fake and bogus institutions. Dr. Wong Koyam said the Commission is expected to carry out credential audits to ensure those providing higher education in the country meet the requisite qualifications. He, however, disclosed plans to construct a modern office for the Commission and revise the 1988 Act establishing the entity to meet present-day realities. The National Civil Society Union of Liberia has welcomed the nomination of George Isene Clinton Johnson as Associate Justice of the Supreme Court. The Criminal Court E. George was recently nominated to the High Court bench by President Joseph Nyimambuakai to replace the late Associate Justice Joseph Nagbe. The Civil Society Group, in a statement Tuesday, termed the nomination of George Clinton Johnson as a right pick, given her qualification and experience in the judiciary. Meanwhile, the pro-democracy group is calling on the Senate to immediately proceed with the confirmation of George Clinton Johnson as she is best suited for the position. If confirmed, she will be the third female of the current Supreme Court bench. Government has announced the arrival of the second batch of the earth-moving equipment in the country. Deputy Information Minister for Public Affairs Daniel Sando disclosed that the equipment arrived on Monday at the Freeport of Monrovia. Minister Sando, speaking at MICA's regular press briefing, indicated that a consignment of spare parts for the machines will also arrive in the country on Wednesday. Over the weekend, the first batch of more than 20 pieces of the earth-moving equipment arrived in the country and are currently kept at the BTC. Meanwhile, Minister Sando said the road network in southeastern Liberia has massively improved, reducing the difficulties experienced by travelers months back. The county inspector of Grand Crew has warned morticians in the county to stop as embalming corpses in public places. Alfonso Tia said embalming dead bodies in the open is not only unhygienic but also poses health risk to the public. Mr. Tia wants morticians invest in their own funeral homes that will meet the necessary sanitation standards. In an ELBC interview,
embalmers to embalm people behind their houses. Without a funeral home, the first day we have to go through the documents and make sure that you have a funeral home. Or if at all you want to do a embalm, you want to embalm somebody, doing the outskirts of the town, like in the bush farm.
In an ELBC interview Monday, Inspector Tia also appealed to community leaders and residents to report any cases of public embalmment in their communities. The county inspector's warning comes amid reports of embalming activities taking place in Grand Crew County, and the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency has begun a crackdown on major drug hotspots in Maryland County. The move is targeting the major cities of Plebo and Harper and surrounding areas. LDEA Maryland County Commander Moses Barr said the operation is intended to curb the scourge of drug trafficking and abuse in the county. Commander Barr told ELBC the ongoing operation is part of an ambitious 100-day plan to crack down ghettos often used by drug traffickers and abusers. He assured the LDEA readiness to contribute or to continue to dismantling drug hubs across Maryland County. And that's the bulletin. Back to Anthony Bowen.
The Venerable Hassan Kel with the news bulletin. Thanks very much indeed. Hassan will be here a little later with our weather report and at the tail end of this presentation with our international news on DR Congo. Right after the news, the House of Representatives has raised concerns over the lack of chief